Hope, compassion, mercy. This weekly word is a story of how we can expect God's help in our time of need, which leads me to Psalm 46, verse 1, which is a good answer to what I have just said. God is our refuge and strength, a tested help in times of trouble. And Nika Maples had trouble. She's a 20-year-old sophomore in college and needed help from God. That's for sure. There's no doubt about it. She fell down in class completely paralyzed. Per her tests in ICU, she had systemic lupus and a stroke that injured her brainstem. Completely paralyzed, she couldn't speak, swallow, blink, or move any part of her body. What was to become of her life? In ICU, she heard the doctors tell her parents that she may have 48 hours to live. If she survived, she would be a quadriplegic. Nika thought that if God was in control of her life, then what I know about God matters more than what I know about my circumstances. It's a mystery. It sure was a mystery. She said, I surrendered to the mystery. What else could I do? She wanted to be a writer, and this is what she thought. What happened to the favor from the Lord? Was the call to write just a joke? Did I love writing more than I love God? Was that my problem? But the author of life was writing a new outcome for Nika. God seemed to whisper the words from Isaiah 43, verses 18 and 19 in her ear. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Don't you perceive it? Why, God, why has this happened to me? Nika thought. I had to let go of that thought to blame God and let God make something good out of my circumstances. Wow, can you imagine that? Could we say that? Her family and friends prayed and took their prayers to the great physician. The hospital physicians had no answer to restore her life to normal. Lying in a special bed and unable to move, she wanted to sleep. She said the only thing that she could do was pray for someone to help her because her mother never left her bedside and was fast asleep that she could hear, and she couldn't call the nurse. She couldn't tell her mother and the nurse what she wanted. And this is what she prayed. In fact, to me, it was more like a statement. Lord, send someone to hold my hand so I can sleep. The next thing she knew was a warm male hand. She did not hear the door open and did not hear footsteps. She fell fast asleep. Awakening, she wanted to know who held her hand. She struggled to open her eyes. And when she opened them with a crack, the hand left her. She thought, that was the hand of Jesus. That hand not only let her sleep, but it was also a healing hand of the great physician. She started healing immediately, and the doctors were astounded. Her parents were astounded. In fact, Nika was transferred to a normal bed, and then she walked out of the hospital and returned to college. A preacher said she embodies the words in James 1, verses 2 through 4 to a T. Consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come to you from all sides. You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do the work so that you can become mature and well-developed, not deficient in any way. Wow. Can you imagine those words? I chose 2 different verses. See if you would select one of them. Galatians 5:35. Since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. Nika did so to a T. My other verse is more appropriate to tell the rest of Nika's story. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through him who gives me strength. What did God give Nika to do? You won't believe it. Nika went back to college, got a bachelor's and master's degree. She became a noted writer, an author of several books, a grade school teacher. She wanted to teach children and was named Teacher of the Year in 2007 in Texas, and she also became a coach. She is an inspirational speaker today, a testimonial speaker in churches, and sometimes a co-pastor in the church where she works. She turned 50 years old this year and still going strong as she serves Jesus Christ as her Lord and Master. I close with Nika's reason for serving Christ. Our purpose on earth is to encourage others to keep going. Then she said, God never forgets. He brings beauty out of suffering and disappointment, and his plans are bigger and better than any that we can imagine on our own. Her book is a good reader. It's called 12 Clean Pages, a memoir. It's on Amazon. Get it and read her story. God bless you and have a good week.